Welcome back to Cedartown High School, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, we are going to bring you live the senior night festivities here at Cedartown High School, an annual event that is just such a great time. These guys, especially tonight after defeating the Bruins from up around Whitfield County, Northwest Whitfield, defeating them 12-2 to put us at 7-0 in the region. Makes senior night a whole lot more pleasant for our Bulldogs. But a time every year where we set aside a few minutes and just specifically recognize all of these Bulldogs, all of their parents. Andrew's going to be bringing you that live as it occurs here in just a few minutes. The team is gathered down there on the field with their parents. I sit here in the press box and describe it to you. You see a lot of these guys out here reminiscing about a long journey that got them to being seniors at Cedartown High School. Most of them starting off at Cedartown Little League playing T-ball when they're 4 years old. These guys have played with each other now, many of them, most of them, if not all, 17, 18 years old. Been playing together most of their lives. Those of us that are in our 40s and 50s, well, 14 years doesn't seem like a long time, but it's the majority of these young men's lives that they've been together. I see pictures being made, teammate with teammate, sons and their dads, sons and their friends' dads, some grandmothers and grandfathers down there on the field, just celebrating this special time in their lives. If you were tuned into the previous broadcast, you heard me talking about how so many of these young men don't realize exactly what this day's going to mean. I remember back high school baseball season this time in my life, and on that last game, a beloved Bulldog friend of mine that still coaches at Cedartown High School, still teaches at Cedartown High School. I'm about to talk about him, Bob Tracy. I remember our last game on this field. He and I were taking the field as that game was about to get started, and I remember us looking at each other and saying, one last time, and then stepping over that chalk line to play our last game on this field. Now, this is not the last game that these guys will play on this field, but it is symbolic of it. It's symbolic of a long career as a Cedartown Bulldog, coming up through middle school ball, JV ball, and now culminating their prep careers as seniors at Cedartown High School. Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. Coach Kelly always said, Bulldog born, Bulldog bred, and when he died, he'd be Bulldog dead. A lot of our Bulldogs feel like that. I know that I do. If you were at the state championship football game, I think most of Cedartown was at that football game. One of the things I noticed from down on the field, not in any way knocking the team we played, but Cedartown brought most of Cedartown. In that private school that we played, they represented with their families and the friends and families and students. But Cedartown, as you know, these towns, Cedartown's one, Rockmart as well. These small towns that only have one high school, you have the young men or women playing, and their moms or dads, grandmothers and grandfathers went to and played ball for the same school. And so that's what we see so much of, the joy in the hearts and the generational celebration. Dads standing there with their sons remembering when they were Bulldogs or when they played for the Bulldogs, because they are, in fact, still Bulldogs. Big crowd is remained here. Temperatures dropping. When we started, it was warm and nice, but this wind blowing in, it's gotten chilly. A lot of the folks have wrapped up with blankets, but nobody's going anywhere. Waiting for Coach Johnson to give us the thumbs up here in the broadcast booth to bring you our senior night celebrations. Don't know if you can see it quite clearly on your on the camera, but there's a couple of probably little brothers that are out there in the outfield doing a little long toss with each other, and you know one day they'll be the Bulldogs. And some of these guys that are out here today, well, they'll be in the stands cheering their little brother on. One of them that I think of that's on the Bulldog staff right now, that's the cleanup hitter, Eli Barrow. His older brother played baseball for the Bulldogs, and his oldest brother played. So I sit here and watch Eli catching, and last game watch him hit a grand slam, and I remember seeing both of his older brothers play ball. Remember when his dad played ball here.
Not without a warning first.
I think we may have to send Andrew down to the field and see if he can't prod someone along, but we'll be getting underway shortly. Most of the Bulldogs have made their way back to the dugout when the game was over. They took a short break, run to the necessary, and gather up their parents. Each one of the young men wrote a little bio. You'll hear them broadcast by Andrew, but some of the questions that you'll hear were that the young men filled out on their own. After high school, your plans are, what is your favorite baseball memory? What are your last words as a Bulldog? And they indicate this is where you can thank someone or leave a last word for your players that'll be coming behind you. And so each one of the senior Bulldogs completed that in his own hand and provided it up here to the press box. And as they're escorted down on the field by their parents, you'll hear those answers to that question. Eli Barrow will be escorted by David and Christy Barrow, Britt Baxter by Rick and Melanie Baxter, Dylan Cupp by Wayne and Davina Cupp, Matthew Hensley by Jamie and Joy Hensley, Drew Kirkpatrick by Callie and Todd Kirkpatrick, Denver Nail by his parents also, Mr. and Mrs. Nail, Reese Tanner by his mother and father, and also by his sisters, Chance White by Monica White and Jose White. So each one of these parents, each one of these Bulldogs have their parents with them, their people that have raised them from childhood to be here today. You know, certainly this is a special day for these Bulldogs, but probably a more special day for the parents. And it looks to me like we're about to get underway. Andrew,
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be beginning
indicated
this ceremony here in just a moment. So
for me to
thank
hand
you
it
for your
back the
patience.
list.
We'll be beginning our senior night presentation here in just a moment.
He is indicating to the crowd to find your seats, that we're about to be going live with the Senior Day festivities. It's always our privilege to bring you not only the games, but events like this. That if you're unable to be here, maybe you're an aunt, maybe you're an uncle, or a pastor, or a grandparent that was just unable to be here for whatever reason today, and want to be able to see it, not just hear about it. And so it's always our pleasure from WGAA to be able to bring you these things live, let you be a part of them and experience them. I always thank Frank and Peggy for what they do. Not many small towns have a radio station that does things like this. And so thanks to them, and thanks to our Bulldog sponsors that give so generously to make these broadcasts possible. And so, once again, wherever you are, thank you for tuning in to the Big AA. Thank you for supporting your Cedartown Bulldogs. And as you can see, they're making their way onto the field, and our event is about to get underway. I'll bid you a fond farewell from me and say thank you for allowing us to come into your home and join you on this beautiful evening. And now I'll give it to Andrew Carter over the loudspeaker, and you'll hear it live as it is broadcast here at the Dog Pound. God bless you all, Cedartown Bulldogs.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Dog Pound. We want to thank you for sticking around tonight for this very special evening where we take a moment to honor our 8 seniors, the class of 2023, Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball. We're going to go in alphabetical order. We'll start with our first senior, Eli Barrow. Eli is escorted by his parents, David and Christy Barrow, and the rest of his family. After high school, Eli plans to attend and play football at the University of West Georgia. His favorite memory is hitting a walk-off home run against Rockmart his sophomore season. His last words, he wants to thank all my teammates that I grew up playing the game with. All these relationships will last a lifetime, and I thank you guys for that. Love y'all boys. Eli Barrow, number 12. Our starting pitcher tonight, number 5, Britt Baxter. Britt is escorted by his parents, Rick and Melanie Baxter. After high school, he plans to continue his athletic career by playing at Bryan College while studying exercise and health sciences on the pre-phys ed therapy track. His favorite baseball memory is hands down going to Calhoun and shutting them down. Hearing the players and coaches in the dugout talking about how slow my pitching was, hearing them talking made me laugh on the mound. Number 5, Britt Baxter. Our next senior is Dylan Cupp. Dylan is escorted by Wayne and Davina Cupp and his sister. After high school, he plans to thrive at Mississippi State University and create a platform where he can motivate others to overcome any and all things life throws at them through Jesus. His favorite baseball memory is being a part of something bigger than me and representing the country, state, and hometown I love so much. Ladies and gentlemen, number 3, Dylan Cupp. Our next senior is Matthew Hensley. Matthew is escorted by his parents, Jamie and Joy Hensley. After high school, he plans to attend college to acquire a business degree to start a business here in Cedartown. His favorite baseball memory is when we beat Flowery Branch to advance to the Elite Eight. His last words, he would like to thank his parents for all of the effort and time they have put in during my time with baseball. Thanks to my coaches, teammates, and the fans for allowing me to create memories that will last forever. To my teammates that are not finished yet, cherish every second left and continue being dogs. Special thank you to Coach Johnson for giving me an opportunity to be a part of a great program. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Hensley. Our next senior is Drew Kirkpatrick. Drew is escorted by Callie and Todd Kirkpatrick, his mom and dad. After high school, he plans to attend Jacksonville State University and major in business management and end up somewhere with real estate. His favorite baseball memory is getting his first at-bat in 7 years and the team going crazy. His last words, he wants to thank Coach Johnson for giving him an opportunity to play with the boys I grew up playing with one last time. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Drew Kirkpatrick. Our next senior is number 11, Denver Nail. Denver is escorted by his parents and his family. After high school, he would like to attend a college to further his baseball career and to receive a business degree. His favorite baseball memory is when they beat Perry last year to go to the Final Four. His last words, he would like to thank both of his parents for always believing in him and would also like to thank all coaches he's had throughout his 4 years. Also, thanks to my teammates and fans for making the best memories these past 4 years. And to my teammates that are still here, keep working hard. Senior Denver Nail. Our next senior is Reese Tanner. Reese is escorted by his father, Carson Tanner, his mother, Dina Tanner, and his sisters, Rachel and Reagan Tanner. After high school, he plans to go play baseball somewhere and major in biology to become an orthopedic surgeon. His favorite memory is beating Perry in the Elite Eight and coming back home where the community congratulated us. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Reese Tanner. And our final senior is Chance White. Chance is escorted by Monica White and Jose White. After high school, he plans to further his education and athletics career at Voorhees University. His favorite baseball memory is going to the Final Four. His last words, thank you Cedartown parents, players, and coaches, not only for a huge help in sports, but for making me the person I am today. Forever a Bulldog. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Chance White. Let's hear it for the Cedartown Bulldogs class of 2023.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A wonderful evening here at the old ballpark and a wonderful nightcap here, recognizing these 8 seniors that have given so much to Cedartown High School. It's been a pleasure bringing it to you. And as always, good night